Welcome back to Inside the Line. This week, Airport 2010, which is episode 122. Boy, we are getting right down to the end of the first season. What do I remember? I remember being at an airport. I remember my producer looking out the glass and seeing a plane out there that said, United or Alaska or something on it. And he looked at our on-set dresser, Josh, and saying, Josh, we can't see that. You need to go greet that. And Josh being like, okay, sir. And, you could see the gears in Josh's head turning, and Jeff just laughed, saying, I'm just kidding. Walks away, and Josh looked at me, he's like, yeah, I'm not sure how I was going to do that. He's like, I was going to try, maybe a sheet. And you have to laugh because that's some of the things that happen in this business where it's like, hey, you need to do that. And it's something that looks like an impossible task. But Josh, ever good at his job, was running through the scenarios of how he was going to make that work. Most likely it would have been a plant in the window just to obscure the plane enough, if I were to guess. But that was a little funny story that I remember. Everything else, I think this is Jay's Ludlums on the e-reader, and I think that is a joke that goes back to an old episode of The Twilight Zone. Let's get into it, and we'll figure it out. So, without further ado, Airport 2010, episode 122. All right. Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Did it hurt
What hurt?
when you fell from heaven and landed on Earth?
I didn't feel from the... because I'm an angel. Why are you so sweet?
Maybe just because I'm so damn happy.
Today's
I'm trying to remember who directed this.
To a luau, swim with the Miami Dolphins, take a tour on one of those, the
Helicopter. That's an old callback joke. Gotta
I
love
don't
it.
like activities. I wanted to hang out with Gloria. And
Oh,
read my...
look at this interview. Interview on the fly at an airport. I mean, it's genius because you don't get that kind of production value. Look, you got guys working in the background and everything. I had forgotten we did this. Boy, when we started this, I was like, there's only a certain spot where we do interviews. I had forgotten that first season. We really went all out and really just tried some new and incredible things. I love this. This is fantastic. I didn't notice the monogram tracksuit. That's nice. That must have been where costumes budget went for the first season. It was probably that.
Robert Ludlum novels. I got 8 of them loaded up on my book reader thing here. I mean, I love my family.
Book reader
I
thing
love
because
dinners, I
we
love
couldn't
the
say
barbecues.
Kindle
But do I
because we
have
didn't
to
want to
love
pay
them
for
in
Kindle.
Hawaii?
So book reader thing.
Thanks, Daryl. I know I got a lot of baggage, but don't worry, I'm seeing a therapist. Haley and Alex, let's go. Bless you.
Come. All right, come on, girls.
Okay, this is why we practice.
Come on through. Come
15 seconds. Are we ready?
I think so. Yeah.
It's go time.
All right.
Slow
Straight
and
to the
smooth
bar.
and
Straight to
smooth
the
and
bar.
fast.
Straight to the bar.
Slow and smooth as fast. Slow is smooth and smooth as fast. I believe Ty Burrell said he got that when he was working on a movie called Black Hawk Down. If you didn't know, Ty Burrell was in that movie. And I believe in the training, that was something that the instructors told them, or it's something that he picked up. But that's where he said that came from, and that always stuck with me all these years. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. It's an interesting concept, certainly in war, because that's where you make your mistakes. Is when you're trying to go fast and be jittery and get it done, and not just war, anywhere. That's where your mistakes happen. And I actually kind of use that in my everyday work, because a lot of times when you're doing this job, everybody's looking at you. It's your time, and you've got your moment to do whatever it is they need to do, but nothing can move forward, and all eyes are on you. And it happens a lot, and it happens to every single department. At some point, something has to be fixed or something has to be done, and the whole company is waiting on you. And a lot of times you can see people get jittery and be like, oh, okay, and they fumble, and it takes a little bit longer. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Take your time to do your job. So I always remembered that. I thought that was interesting.
Smooth and
straight
smooth is
through.
fast. Very nice.
All right, let's go,
Hey,
let's go.
I think we got an extra couple
No,
of
we
seconds.
don't.
Come on.
Is this the best way to go? What about the freeway?
Relax, Punkin. I got this. It's all about knowing the route.
Here's another we talked about switching family members up. You know what? Seeing new and different combinations. This is, I think, our first real Phil and Mitch. At least for an extended period of time, for a storyline. So you can see that first season that our writers really tried to play with different chemistries and see what works and what was funny, and it really paid off because you got to see some cool little storylines, funny little storylines, and it kept everything fresh.
Talking to a guy who made his way through college by driving a pedicab. You know what one of those is?
Yes, I just saw one pass us.
Quick, who sang Evil Woman?
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Where the hell are you?
Another callback
let's see.
joke.
Oh, shoot, I just missed my turn.
You're supposed to.
Sure I'm not too heavy?
Please, you weigh less than my paintball gear. Okay, here we go. We are in. Yep. Offload. Oh, there we go. Squeezing. Yep, I'm going for
All right, so that obviously was the exterior of the Mitch and Cam house, and this happens to be the interior that's on stage. So if you look at the backdropping and how it's lit, it's slightly hot, slightly blown out a little bit. You can still see the white of what would be maybe a house and stuff here in the background here, but our own plants there, and that is a backdrop right there that sits outside of Cam and Mitch's. So that's how we make that illusion happen. You do shoot that as they are working the outside, and then it's a cut, and then we're back on stage in the Mitch Cam house doing the inside, and then you just kind of make everything back there a little hotter, and then Cameron maybe makes it just the focus a little shallower, so it's slightly blurry out there too, and that way it looks like it cuts together very nicely, and it does. It cut together great. You couldn't tell that was two different places, I don't think. So I think it was an excellent job.
Oh.
You all right?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good.
Check it out, Grandpa. Jam means working. I'm not dizzy.
Yep. Oh, watch the drink, kid.
Mhm.
Ooh,
I
my
didn't
limbs.
tell- Oh, my Ludlums.
All right, relax. We might be okay here. Not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
All right, couple things here. So, the drinks, you see, you never see the top. So that means that instead of having 15 to 20 drinks there, hello, Squeak. Yes, hi, thank you. I only needed 5 or 6 because that top was already open, and he's just faking it every time, just pulling it up and down. So that's as good as long as the tab lasts. So we could probably get 2, 3, 4 takes out of that. So since we didn't see the top, we just added sound effect in post, and he just fakes it every time. And that way I can use less props, and I have to buy less props because I'm not sure if that was that Pellegrino? It might have been an actual name brand now that I think about it, but a lot of times it wasn't, and so we had to label those. The second one is the Ludlums. This is a joke from the Twilight Zone, I think. There was an episode of the Twilight Zone where there was a war, or something happened, nuclear war or something, and I believe there was like the last guy, at least in the city, if not on Earth, but he was an introvert and he didn't like people, and all he liked to do was read. And so he was in the library and nobody else was around. And he was surrounded by books. And it was, I believe it's heaven on earth for him. It was like peace on earth. He was just so happy. But at the end, he sits down and breaks his glasses. And so he can't read. And I think he says, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I believe that's where this storyline comes from. I'm pretty sure. So, oh, there it is right there. References in Twilight Zone, time enough to last. 1959. Jay repeats Henry Bemis, not fair, when he loses his ability to read his books. So there it is. I was right. I knew that. I didn't have to read that. I knew that was what the joke was. So how interesting is that, though? I love it.
Ma'am, is this Manito guy? Must be a lot easier just living with a guy. Yeah, life would be simpler if I was gay.
Do you think you could get in the fast lane?
Oh, I could totally get in the fast lane.
I mean the road.
Oh, I'm getting a text. What does it say?
Oh, okay. Well, it's nothing. It's the alarm company. It says your house was broken into.
What?
It's nothing. They'll take care of it. Just drive!
What happened?
Wait, what? Maybe it was an iPhone. Was that Phil having an iPhone?
Your house was broken into.
What? I was gay.
Do you think you could get in the fast lane?
Oh, I could totally get in the fast
Let's take a
lane.
look
I mean
at
the
that.
road.
Oh, I'm getting a text. What does it say?
Oh.
Yes. That's the first iPhone right there. And that, now that I think about it, I remember Phil was supposed to be the technophile of the group. He was the first early adopter. So he was the one that had an iPhone first before everybody else. And I remember this being a conversation with Steve and Chris. I remember them being like, no, don't switch everybody over to the same phone. Only Phil gets an iPhone. Everybody else keeps their regular phones because, one, it was a brand new product that was, expensive, and only early adopters or technophiles would be the ones that would have the first access to it. So you're right. That first season, only Phil had the iPhone when it came out. I had forgotten about that.
Okay. Well, it's nothing. It's the alarm company. It says your house was broken into.
What?
It's nothing. They'll take care of it. Just drive!
What happened?
What's going on here? Get off the screen, mister.
Okay, fun airport game. All right, you pick out a traveler. You come up with her entire story. Okay, this guy, his name's Henry. He's on his way to Phoenix to visit his grand.
As you can see, Digiphoto, I believe that is our magazine. We had that made. Fashion Eyes, definitely probably our magazine we had made. I think Outer Nature was probably one that we did. You could see a magazine upside down in the background. That was our Greeking of the newsstand. Turned around, you see a bunch of cards over Cam's left shoulder, camera right shoulder, right there. You see all of those. That was us trying to Greek the pictures, or you could still kind of read Popular Mechanics there, but it's pretty blurry. But yeah, we probably brought in 12 to 15 different magazines and to dress this out. If not me and Josh, then Set Deck did it a decent amount, and then we had stuff that we could dress to camera as well. So yeah, big sequences like that, you are still Greeking, much like grocery stores and things like that in that first season. As you get into seasons, then they don't do it quite as much. But first season we Greeked a lot of things. I was Greeking the car logos, like the Ford logo, and we were putting stuff over car logos too, until I was like second season. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's Transpo rents these cars. It could cause a problem with the companies they're renting them from, being like, well, look, man, we're giving you these cars for free or for a very reduced price, and they want to see the logos and stuff like that. So I quit doing it. I think Josh did it some more in that second season, and then I think after that we never Greeked another car again. But I mean, like the Mercedes emblem that sits up on the hood of the car, we were putting silver tape over that to obscure that. It was some pretty crazy stuff that I was just at the end of the day, I was like, no, if they want to Greek, then Transpo can do it. I'm not doing it anymore. This is stupid. And it was dumb. When you get that deep into Greeking and stuff like that, it's stupid. So, yeah, we went crazy. But that first season, you want to keep your job, so you do what you do.
Grandmother, whose name is, pass. Too hard. Your turn.
Okay, fine. I see a woman racked with fear whose husband has abandoned her.
Where? Who is she?
Me. I made it perfectly clear to Phil that I needed him here.
It's going around. Mitchell's mad at me, too. He thinks because I didn't help him pack this morning, he forgot his wallet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be
That was
snippy.
Julie
It's
eating red vines.
I'm a
And
little
she
upset
had to
with
eat a
Cam.
lot
I
of
needed
red
his help.
vines. And so when you eat a lot of things, you have what's called a spit bucket. Another beautiful job of the prop department. So what it is either a small bucket or a cup. And after the take, you walk over and whatever they were eating, they spit in there so they're not eating, 6 bags of red vines in a scene. Or you do a lot with food scenes. You put the bucket underneath them, and then after this, they say cut. Whatever they were eating, they spit out so they don't have to. So, it depends also on the scene too. If they're eating and talking and there's no good place to do it, then the actors just kind of screwed. They have to sit and eat that all day long. But if you can if it's a shorter scene where you can maybe take a bite towards the end and then say your line, you don't have to swallow it and eat it all. You can just use the spit bucket and spit it out. So in props, you've got to be okay with, spit, certain bodily functions. So if you're grossed out by that, props probably isn't the
This
job
morning,
for you.
and he let me down.
I'm so very good.
Mr. Jackson, have a great flight. It's to the left. Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. It's vintage.
Thank you, Mount Lily.
You don't know that.
I think
You
there's
don't know
something
that.
hottie for you at 5 o'clock.
Whale watching.
Oh, what a great joke.
Well, washing.
Watching.
Washing.
It's close enough.
Sir, have your flight, sir.
Quick, do your zombie impression.
She hasn't been drinking, has she?
Oh, no. She's hilarious. Here, let's do Bride of Frankenstein. Oh!
Such a good tag. Very good tag. Nicely done. I had actually completely forgot about that tag. I forgot that they did that. So, all in all, excellent job. Fun little episode. I forgot we shot so much of that at the airport. We must have spent a couple of days there. I don't feel like we got it all. Maybe we did get it all in one day, but there wasn't very much else that was to shoot. I mean, a couple of car days, and then stuff on stage, which would have been the 3. But we could have got that easily done. Those would have been short days. I guarantee that this was a short week, except for the airport. Maybe we had 2 days at the airport. I actually really don't remember. But a good episode, fun. A lot of good stuff in it. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share, help me out. If you think it's worthwhile, worth your time, go ahead and click that button. Help get us out to other people who might like this content too. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see each other soon. See you.